Welcome everybody to the Grueling Truth Sports Network's Belmont Stakes Preview. The Grueling Truth, as always, is powered by betting.net. Betting.net is your best bet for finding the online casino or sportsbook that's right for you. Make sure you go check them out at betting.net. Alright guys, also in a link in the description below in this video on YouTube, you can go find TVG, which is your best bet for betting on the Belmont Stakes. Alright guys, if you watched the Preakness show 2 weeks ago, I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but if you watched that show, you know we did pick the winner here in the Kentucky Derby. We came in second to Rich Strike, who came from nowhere to win the Kentucky Derby, maybe the greatest upset in Derby history. And today we're going to look at each horse in the Belmont Stakes, and as we do that, we're going to give you our rundown, basically our scouting report on each of the 8 horses that are in there right now. I know there'll probably be a couple added, but Rich Strike was added, I would like to say, before the Kentucky Derby, like a day or two before, and I'd already done the show, so I couldn't have picked Rich Strike, but I wasn't going to pick Rich Strike anyways. Alright guys, let's go ahead and let's look at the horses, and we're going to start off with We the People. We the People, I'll give you my picks at the end, but We the People has to be up there. He rebounded from a disappointing run in the Arkansas Derby and won the Peter Pan his last time out, which is historically a good preparation for the Belmont Stakes. He should be able to cover the 12 furlong distance with his breeding, and most importantly, he appears to be the only one here with any early speed. He will make friends with any moisture on the ground if there's any rain at all, as he has won both of his off-track races. I really like We the People in this race, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Next up, we got Skippy Longstocking. I made the mistake of, saying Skippy would be my long shot to win the Derby. I missed that a little bit. But Skippy Longstocking was a long shot in the Preakness. I think the Preakness is where I think I picked him 3rd or 4th. And while he had some difficulties, he did not hide in shame from his defeat. A lot of horses hide in shame from their defeat. But he looks as though the race shape won't suit him. I think the distance alone is a question mark, and I think he's going to be a little bit exposed at this distance in this race. Next up, we got Nest. Nest is one of my 3 favorites here, and when I look at Nest is worthy of consideration. He's going to get a solid price with the bookies, and possibly even lower double digits. She was impressive in the Grade 1 Ashland win, and her Oaks run was almost as good as it looked. As the winner, she was given a clear run. She won't be here, but her pedigree is admirable for this distance. Pedigree is huge when it comes to the distance at a Belmont. She has stamina. Maybe she can close the speed gap between herself and the fastest horses. And when you look at it, I think she's supportable. She's an all-around type if she stays in the right spot through the whole race. But everything has to go just right for Ness to be able to win this race. Next up, we've got Rich Strike. He got me a few weeks ago. Will he get me again? Will he get us all again? Now, Rich Strike is a runner that provokes strong emotions from everybody. The Derby was an incredible story. Many serious horse players didn't like the controversial decision to skip the Preakness. I didn't either. But this is where the rubber meets the road for this horse. Will he follow up his Derby win with an impressive effort that leaves eggs on everybody's faces, including mine? Will he make a mid-range move, then run, flattening out in the middle of the pack? I think the latter is what happens here. I think he makes a mid-range move, flattens out, finishes somewhere around 5th or 6th, but it was still a great story during the Kentucky Derby. All right, next up, we've got Creative Mister. Creative Mister is an interesting horse. He would have been my favorite pick if there had been any pace outside of We the People in this race. I think the pace of this race is going to kill him. And he did well in the Preakness. He was bred for the Preakness. He's the closest we have to a horse that has run in all 3 Triple Crown races because he won an allowance in the Derby undercard. And I would love for a horse with 3 good races in 5 weeks to prove it's not too difficult in a modern sport. I don't think he will. I think the possibility exists that he could have a shot here at the end, but I think the pace is going to be all wrong for him. Now, next up, we got Mo Donegal. Mo Donegal, he didn't get the smooth run that many expected in the Kentucky Derby. And Todd Felcher's record in this race is impressive. You know he will handle the distance, and that he can also get a more consistent trip by stocking from the back. His chances are good, but his price at 5-2 seems a little bit too low to be thrilling. But Mo is one of my 3 or 4 favorites to win this race. Next up, we've got Golden Glider. Golden Glider was a runner I had to look up in this race. I'd never heard of Golden Glider. I was not overwhelmed when I did look him up. Now, we the people handled him efficiently in the Peter Pan. He has never run a race fast enough for this frame. Stay away from Golden Glider. I know everybody loves the long shot underdogs, but they're long shot underdogs because they very rarely pay off. The number 8 horse, or the 8th horse that we're going to look at today is Barber Road. Now, Barber Road has become one of the most exciting horses in this year's Triple Crown Trail. He's a true fighter, and his determination makes him great for racing fans. John Ortiz is his young trainer, and he graduated from high school only a few miles from Belmont Park. He doesn't look fast enough, and his closing style is not suitable for him. He may be 3rd or 4th due to his toughness, but I don't think he can finish better than that. But if you wanted to take a long shot in this, I would go with Barber Road. Now, if we look at my predictions for this upcoming Preakness stake, I'm going to give you 1 through 3. All right? My number 1, the horse that I think wins this race, will be We the People. I know that the pace seems all wrong. He's one of only 2 guys that really set the pace here. But I think We the People has the stamina here to pull this off. He's not going to be the favorite in the race, I don't believe, so he'll get decent odds there. My number 2 horse would be Mo Donegal. Mo Donegal is a horse that seems to always be in that top 3. I think he's going to be there again. Mo Donegal would be my number 2. My number 3 is Nest. Nest, I mean, she's a really good horse. I think she's got a shot here. But when I look at this race, guys, I'm going to go with We the People to win this race. I'm going to feel real comfortable putting my money on We the People. And that's how we roll here. And make sure you check out the link in the description down below in the video if you're watching on YouTube. For We the People, you can bet him at TVG, which is our top recommended sports book here at The Grueling Truth for Horse Racing. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to wrap the show up today. The last 5 or 6 weeks have been great. It's been exciting, from Rich Strike winning the Derby to us picking the Preakness correctly. Hopefully we can get 2 out of 3 from the Triple Crown. Remember to go check out our Facebook page, The Grueling Truth. And I am Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.